When you think of wood elves, you probably think of nature, bows and arrows, and a deep connection to the forest. Peaceful, perhaps. Cannibalism? Well, believe it or not, for some Bosmer, it was part of their way of life. And the reason why goes back to one of the strangest and most fascinating traditions in all of Elder Scrolls lore, the Green Pact. The Wood Elves of Valenwood are known for their connection to nature. They refuse to harm living plants, and they live among the forests and follow an ancient pact with the god Yuthri. But there is a much darker side to this pact, because according to the oldest traditions of the Green Pact, the Bosmer were expected to eat their enemies. Now, why would a people so closely associated with nature ever embrace something so disturbing? To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. According to Bosmeri tradition, the world was once formless chaos known as the Ooze. Yuthri, the storyteller, brought order to this chaos. He shaped the green, the beasts, and the elves, giving them their place within the natural world. And the Bosmer entered into a pact with Yuthri. In exchange for respecting the green, the forest would provide them with food, shelter, and protection. This became known as the Green Pact. Now, the rules were extreme. The Bosmer were forbidden from harming living plants. They could not simply cut down trees, harvest crops, or live from cultivated plants like many other races. Now, instead, they became hunters. Animals provided their food, while bones, hide, and other animal materials could be used for tools and even weapons. But there was another part of the pact that would make the Bosmer infamous to outsiders: the meat mandate. Now, the meat mandate demanded that the Bosmer live primarily from meat, but the principle went further than simply hunting animals. Meat was not supposed to be wasted, and that included the flesh of their enemies. Now, in the old traditions, when a Bosmer warrior killed an enemy, that body was not supposed to be left to rot. It was to be consumed, and the warrior's family could even help with the meal. Now, some accounts describe an even more disturbing requirement. A fallen enemy was expected to be completely consumed within just 3 days. Now, that is not a lot of time. This created a strange consequence for Bosmeri warfare. See, before a major battle, traditionally the Bosmer would actually undergo a period of fasting. And for obvious reasons, if you entered a battle hungry, you might have a very different kind of meal waiting for you afterwards. Now, to an outsider, this sounds horrifying and downright disgusting. But to the Bosmer, it was not simply about cannibalism. It was about the Green Pact and the refusal to waste life. The body of a fallen enemy was still meat, and allowing it to rot could be seen as wasting something that could sustain the living. Now, it was a brutal form of practicality shaped by their religious beliefs. Now, here's where things become more complicated. The Bosmer of today are not all strict followers of the old ways. The meat mandate varies between tribes and even individuals. The ritual cannibalism has largely fallen out of practice. Many modern Bosmer have no personal experience of this at all. But deep within Valenwood, some particularly traditional clans of the old ways still hold tightly to the old Green Pact. So the Wood Elves aren't simply cannibals. Their culture is far more complicated than that. The Green Pact shaped almost every aspect of Bosmeri life, from what they ate to what they built, their homes and stuff like that, to how they fought their enemies. And one of its oldest commandments created one of the darkest traditions to ever befall Tamriel. And people who swore never to harm the forest were once expected to consume the flesh of those who threatened it. Now, my question to you, dear viewer, would you follow the Green Pact? And whether you see the Green Pact as sacred tradition or something far more unsettling, there's no denying just how fascinating the Wood Elves of Tamriel truly are. So, Until we meet again beneath the trees, may Yuthri watch over you. May the forest shelter you, and may the green guide you. Farewell, traveler.